Welcome, Virgo. It's so good to have you here for the reading for October 18th through 24. And in this reading, here on the channel of Spiritual Rebirth Tarot, we like to look at hope and healing for your life in this week in your spiritual journey. So let's do the reading for the week for your spiritual journey. And I'd like to begin by asking for guidance so we can do that together. So as we ask for guidance here today, we'll start with the Oracle deck of the spirit animals. And I love this Oracle deck. Colette Baron-Reid put it out, and she has some great animals that can come to us and help us and guide us during this week. So let's take a look, Virgo, at some of the energies for your spiritual path. And so many times we're faced with kind of a difficult week lately with all the things going on in the world, and especially this week with the Mercury retrograde and the Mars retrograde in full force. And so take a peek at the video that I did on YouTube about Mars and Mercury in retrograde and some of the things that we can focus on. And one of the cool things too is every Friday I want to do a presentation for everyone on different astrological events that are coming up in the next week. Okay, so, wow, it is the Lion Spirit. That's a beautiful card. Be generous of spirit. So Virgo, this week, it's, the lion is asking you to be generous. And I'm thinking about a lion and generosity and how it is there and helps the team. So, the male lion kind of like goes rah and scares everybody, and the females are hiding somewhere and they're able to attack, and then they all come together and they feed and they eat together. And so that camaraderie and that helpfulness and the generosity that they have keeps the pride intact and keeps them all fed and happy. And certainly in today's world, a lion has an opportunity often to live in a secure, relatively secure environment. So that's kind of a blessing. Now the rhino, on the other hand, overcome any obstacle. So that's your second card, the rhino. So that's cool because the lion and the rhino kind of go together. The overcoming any obstacle, I love how she has the rhino all done up. It's a 50 card, so it's a 5. So there's a lot of changes happening in your life with this card. And because that's what the 5 represents, is like change and progress, and sometimes some things that we don't really want to face during the week, but overcome any obstacles. So the rhino, certainly has had a lot of obstacles. People unfortunately think that its horn is useful for a lot of things, and the poor rhino suffers because of it, and it doesn't seem to have quite as much protection or ability to protect itself as the lion has. And so we can kind of look at the rhino as both having a difficulty in keeping itself alive, and then also, if it comes to something that's in its way, it's just gonna run it over because it's nice and big, and it just keeps on going. So this week there may be times when you'll be having to protect yourself like the rhino needs to do, but also there may be times where you just kind of like barrel through something to get where you need to go. So let's take a look at another oracle deck, which is the different chakra. So I love to look at the chakra deck and see what chakra, Virgo, do you need to be looking at this week. So let's take a look at the chakra for this week. Okay, so in October 18 through 24. Okay, so this is the 20 cards. Those are 2. So it has to do with moving forward in your directions. And this is the heart chakra and the green. And so this week it's good to wear a little extra green. Maybe do some meditation with the heart chakra music and spend time meditating on the color green. What does green feel like to you? I was thinking about the other day about things like that and what green might feel like. And it's kind of fascinating. You know, has a feeling of life, but also health. I find so many times if food is packaged in a green package, I think it's healthier. So green really brings out that feeling of health and life, as well as, you know, being the heart chakra. You think about it, it's that center of life. It's where, you know, the heart has to keep beating for the life to be going through the body. You know, we need to breathe, which the lungs are right in that area where the heart chakra is as well. So if you don't know very much about chakras, we have quite a bit on the channel on Spiritual Rebirth Tarot about the chakras and different readings. And so feel free to take a look at that. This is the play. And so play, you know, I see 2 things in this card. I see love, you know, like love between these dolphins, and then play and how playful that they are. So as you face life this week, be sure and add a little bit of play when you start to run into an obstacle. Play usually helps us overcome some of those obstacles. So let's take a look at the tarot. This is the traditional tarot cards. And let's take a look at the energies of the tarot for this week in our spiritual journey. And especially with play and overcoming obstacles and being generous of spirit. So generosity of spirit certainly can have a feeling of play and of love. Okay. So let's take a look at those. Animals are so important. So I like to put a little bit of Reiki energy in the deck to help guide us in our reading. So the situation this week is the 4 of Cups. And the 6 of Swords is your foundation. And then in the benefit is the Page of Cups. It's what is benefiting you. So there's the 4 of Cups and the Page of Cups. And then the Magician is in your crown. And then oh, this is beautiful. The 4 of Wands for the situation, for the outcome of the week. So we're starting with kind of not being able to see the full picture, and we're going into like a really happy place by the end of the week. And so the underneath of the deck, which is kind of your higher self talking to you, your subconscious, the part of you that's hard to hear on your own. The 9 of Swords with the Fool, the 8 of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so in this case, I think, we kind of almost have a whole nother reading from kind of the underneath, Virgo, and what's going on in your subconscious. And that kind of makes sense because of it starting with this card. And, this card can certainly mean, like depression, despair. And if you're feeling those things, this is, where you're starting this week. But it's not where you have to end. Focus on that heart chakra to help you get more play and happiness into your life this week. So as you're facing things, I often think of this card because of the bed and he's waking up, and it's kind of like something that happens to me a lot. A dream will come and haunt you. It'll wake you. Or you'll wake at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's the Nine of Swords. So you're coming to the end of something, and then it moves on to the Ten of Swords, in this part of the under part of the reading. So the Ten of Swords is coming to you and saying you're even more coming to the end of this pain, and the way to do that is the Fool, the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. So there's 2 8s here. So look at the number 88 and see what the number 88 would mean. I know it has a lot to do, 8 itself has a lot to do with, well, it's the infinity symbol sideways. So it can have to do with infinity and the way things are moving and growing in our lives. It can also, 8 can have to do with abundance in your life, ambition, moving forward in your life path, and those kind of things. So as you're going to be asked to take a leap of faith, walk in a new direction, act like the Fool, know that your companion is there to help you. The Spirit is there to guide you. But as you're facing these turmoil that especially coming through your dreams, know that as you take this leap of faith and you step into something new, so away from the cups that you have, the life that you have now, into something new. And that something new is going to be like a job that you really enjoy. So you are going to be able to face the obstacles, that you're going to have this week, like the Rhino is saying. You'll be able to face these obstacles, and these obstacles will begin to lead you in a new direction. And that will lead you toward the end of that pain and difficult situation that you've had. So one thing I think of is maybe with your job, like, are you having a lot of trouble in your employment? So through play, through generosity, you'll be able to see it in a new light, walk into a new path within your career, maybe get promoted to a new type of part of your job where you'll be a lot happier with what you're doing. So if we look at the situation, which is, this man is sitting here, and he's wearing his green. He is grounded. He's meditating on his heart chakra, and this new opportunity, this new cup is being offered to him. This benefit, this Page of Cups. So for some of you, a romantic gesture will benefit you this week. For some of you, understanding better, your emotions and how your emotions are related. So if it is related to work this week, you definitely are going to be able to manage your emotions better at work and be able to overcome those kind of obstacles. And then it's this card of moving away. So both of these cards to me, just go together beautifully in this moving away, moving towards something better than you've had in the past. So the past can be just great. So Abraham Hicks, which I love listening to on YouTube, I was listening today, and they were talking about how you might be in a career that you is really good, it's working well, and then you think, well, I really would like something a little better. So it's kind of like driving along in a really nice car. So it's better to not just jump out of the car and then stand there in the middle of traffic and wonder where you're going and what you're doing. It's much better to jump out of one car and jump into another, hopefully a bigger, faster, better car that you love. And so the same thing with jobs or love relationships, our relationships, and the people that we love, we're with somebody who, has the every car is going to have the cons and the pros and cons. The same thing with the relationship. So it's always going to have the positives and the negatives. So focus on the positives and don't just, jump ship. It won't necessarily be something a lot better. So what this is saying is that you will be moving into a new situation. The situation may just be, a better way that you feel, feeling more positive about things, and bringing that manifestation into your life. So you can see here we have the 8 on this side. So definitely look at 8 as your number, and that manifesting things. And this is what you'll be manifesting, is this place of happiness. Sometimes it's the marriage card, the engagement card, a surprise, is that you're at a point where you're getting engaged or you're married, but also it can just be a happy place, a place that you feel really good. So, in manifesting, it really is about play. So the more you understand that your feelings about life are really what's going to push things forward for you. So the better you feel, the higher vibration you're at, the more these things will come about for you and those changes will occur. So I think more than moving to a new job or to a new relationship, this week will be about moving to a new way of looking at things and a brighter and happier way of looking at those things. So in the extended, we'll look at the Sagittarius and Aries as 2 of the signs, and then also we'll do look at the blocks for the week, the hopes and fears, messages from your higher self, and some other things. So I hope that you really enjoyed this, Virgo, and please subscribe to the channel. That'd be great. And hit the notification button so you can get the videos coming out every week. And I will see you over at the extended.